Hey, you guys, MHNbysheterram here, Goddess Intuition. I hope you guys are doing fabulous, honey, because I am. Okay, so you guys know that I do have a spiritual channel on YouTube, Terra Goddess Intuition, and then I have another channel, a beauty channel, on YouTube, MHNbysheterram Beauty, and I had to slay today. Okay, so this is a pink and gold glitter cut crease, full face glam. Okay. Just give y'all a little close up. So I wanted to discuss spiritual beauty in this video. I've talked about it on previous videos, but I really wanted to harness in on that energy and just, we're in Libra season, you guys. Everything is balancing itself out. You know, when you go and look at nature, you can see that everything is coming into alignment, even when we talk about fall and how um, it's a time where it's harvest season, of course, creative expression, balancing the scales. And we just got done completing a 13 moon cycle. And so I know for me, the energies was kind of, it was in Pisces the last moon. I was like, okay, ooh, you know, but of course, there's a lot of purging, going on, and it's going to continue. It's just, we go up in levels. And so I think that is really a beautiful time that we talk about, spiritual beauty on a deeper level, especially by the triple goddess, the divine feminine, the sacred woman, okay, is in effect. And we're here, we're shining, we're beautiful. And shout out to all of the divine feminines, the beautiful ladies. You're tapping into your energies. We're learning more about ancient practices when it comes to cleansing ourselves, properly, and just using different herbs and different things to really elevate us in a way that is beneficial, to us, and excuse me, is beneficial to us, and we're able to pass beautiful teachings down to our daughters. And I wanted to discuss that because, as I've stated in previous videos, that we have royal bloodlines that are connected to our mother's side, the matriarch side. And of course, when you think about the matriarchal in the family, it was the grandmother or the elder, the aunt, the sage, right? And so I believe along those lines, previously things have been misplaced as far as energy goes. And um, we're coming into a time where the veil is completely lifted. We can't really hide, you guys. And so I really encourage people to just be who you are and really tap into that energy, because just think about this. If we don't tap into our core, it will work against us, whether you are masculine or feminine. And it's really important that we, even for men, that the males tap into who they are, so they're able to get back to their proper space. Just like for the women, we're um and let me just speak on this because I'm feeling that I need to speak on this. Black women, we have been made to feel, to actually be put in the forefront when it comes to, being the masculine woman and taking on the whole Miss Independent role. And a lot of black women don't get a chance to experience their femininity, and it's coming from a sacred space because the balance is not there, you know. And I can go into just, the whole community. I'm not going to even do that in this video because I wanted to really just keep it simple and keep it strictly for divine feminine and sacred goddesses. But it's like, just even being a black woman myself, we are made to be seen as, really strong and masculine, and that's not who we are. That's not who we are. We're sacred, we're healing, but we have to be able to live in that. We have to be able to harness that energy and believe it or not, it is toxic femininity. And I believe that has everything to do with, again, previous times. I don't want to go into that, but I just wanted to kind of just drop a few, gems, just to kind of put it out there. But fast forward today, we have our beautiful girls that we're raising. And I think that is really important that we ourselves, tap into the energies, because we all know that we weren't taught certain things along the lines. Um, Energies have been misplaced. And so it wasn't taught to us, especially if you grew up in the 80s and 90s. I can go back to what, the 60s, and it was feminine movement going on and things of that nature. But the 80s and 90s, we're living that out now. You know what I'm saying? As far as like how we grew up and just getting rid of just old ways of thinking, just old toxic, energies that has just been laying dormant. We're clearing all of that out now, especially if you were born in like the early 80s, But, and a lot of us have daughters. A lot of us have, um, we have everything that we need right now. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling, you guys. I'm just kind of getting the downloads, but we have everything we need right now. In 2019, going into 2020, we have the internet, different books, a lot of different other women are coming out, and they're telling their story and sharing beautiful products. And just it's a whole movement, and I really feel connected to the movement because um, it speaks volumes to my core and who I am, just being a woman and having my own daughter and teaching her, and her, watching me when I get up in the morning and I put on my makeup and, just in my glory, right? And so, um, a lot of us have our own businesses, and um, our children are able to see us in our glory, in our happy, in our femininity, because right now, we're able to live in a more sacred space, as far as, um, like I stated, coming out with different products and building businesses, and just having that whole frequency, right? And so we get a chance to kind of like learn and grow up with our daughter. I told my daughter this. I said, I feel like sometimes, I mean, we're learning every day, but I said, sometimes I feel like maybe you was my sister in a past life, you know? And it seems so strange, but I said, when I get up in the morning and she's getting ready for school and I'm getting ready, um, and it's like, I know I'm her mother and I know she's my daughter and she knows that as well, but we are, we're, dancing around the house, and it's just, you know, um, I'm really fortunate and I'm really blessed, to get a chance to experience that and teach her also about inner beauty and femininity, makeup, and how important it is to, keep yourself up, um, keep yourself in an alignment where you're able to receive, right? And I'm teaching her this early because I want her to understand who she is and not be afraid of that, and really just harness in on that energy and learn about herself to the core, just like how I'm learning about myself. Um, and just using just my own voice and my own autonomy to say, you know what, hey, the past is the past, and we're here in present. It's time to move forward. It's time to um, love ourselves and really put ourselves first and not feel ashamed about that, and be happy. And the journey, the journey can be, I'd say the least, it can be up and down, but in those moments, you still have your core. to rely on. You still have your sacred foundation, and that comes from within first. It's really important that we, even for us, to remember that we have to continue this every day. You know, you wake up in the morning, you get ready, or you have your tea, or you meditate, whatever it is that you do. And it's amazing, and that has everything to do with spiritual beauty and loving yourself and seeing yourself being your own special kind of beauty. You don't have to look like anybody else. You don't have to be like anyone else. Tapping into your core, tapping into your signature is you being who you are. You taking all of the flaws, all of the what was made to be shunned, the dark side. Um, you taking all of that and you just wrapping it all in one big pretty bow, and it has to be a pink one, okay? But you are, every day, and I say this all the time, it's important that you study yourself and learn something new about yourself every day. You don't have to act on certain things, you just have to know that you have an opportunity to do that, every day. Write something down that you haven't, or that you noticed about yourself. You may take interest in a new instrument, or a new form of fashion, or whatever it is, a piece of jewelry. And you may say, wow, I didn't look at it like that before, but I'm interested in how it looks now. Or I'm listening to this song and it's resonating with me now. Take note of that, because everything matters. Everything counts. And I think that as women, we have to harness that energy. We have to. And let me just say this, and I really didn't want to go here, but let me just say this. In the Black community, a lot of the women didn't teach, a lot of the elders didn't teach the generation like how they were supposed to. And so it was a lot of bickering back and forth amongst sisters, backstabbing, gossiping, talking about each other, being really just mean and cruel and nasty, of course. And personally, what I feel is that you don't have to be in competition with other women, even though we know that there's a competition. Of course, it should be a healthy competition, or even just you looking at someone and saying, wow, or looking at another woman and saying, wow, you're really pretty, or you're, what I'm saying? You're beautiful. And without that, that's not taken away from you and who you are, right? And so, but a lot of people, a lot of women, they don't see their glory. They don't see who they are because they haven't been taught that, and they feel like it's a bad thing to really tap into that. So, you know just take the time if you can, and if you are fortunate enough to have that within you, show other women, teach other women, because believe it or not, they feel like they don't have that within them, and they do. We all do as women. And so it's okay for you to pay someone a compliment, and that doesn't take away from who you are. It's okay to share your beauty with other people, because as we all know, the universe, the divine, it's very infinite. It doesn't stop. And so, because you show someone else love and you show someone else gratitude for just them being them, it doesn't take away from you. Is what I'm trying to say. Excuse me if I'm all over the place and I'm stumbling, but I'm excited, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm putting everything into perspective for you guys. So just bear with me, but I'm a fire sign too. I have Aries in my chart, honey, the first house. So but this subject is, it makes me happy because we get a chance to experience that on a higher level. We have our women groups, or we have